Toyota is planning to revolutionize the auto industry once again. During a 3-hour presentation at a Tokyo town hall on Tuesday, the company announced that it would offer leaner and more compact internal combustion engines that also run on so-called green fuels like hydrogen and bioethanol. Mazda and Subaru themselves are also partnering with Toyota to reinvent and re-engineer their own cream of the crop engines, namely the rotary engine developed by Mazda and the high-performance boxer engine developed by Subaru. This news comes at a really interesting time when Toyota's battery electric segment is falling off a cliff. Sales of their BZ4X make up less than 0.4% of their total sales of cars in the United States. However, their hybrids are starting to take off, surpassing the levels of even Tesla. Although Toyota never transitioned fully to electric vehicles in a way that somebody like Hyundai or Kia has done, the company still has built a really good reputation in the hybrid and internal combustion engines business, which is exactly why this is still a company you want to take seriously. In no way is the company leading in EV sales globally, but they are making investments in the right places, something that Wall Street and even mainstream media is overlooking. One such category happens to be battery technology, where the company is expected to launch a set of solid-state and LFP batteries by 2027. This is a really interesting approach because the company is going to start out with the performance battery featuring a range of around 497 miles, with cost cutting expected of 20% compared to the current battery they have in their Toyota BZ4X. And then following that, slowly by 2026, the company wants to launch their popularization version of batteries, expected to range around 372 miles, but at 40% lower costs. This timeline to me seems purposefully slowed down in an effort to show the investment community that the company has a roadmap for electrification. Meanwhile, the company continues to rapidly sell its hybrid vehicles. Unlike Tesla, which invested rapidly and took a significant amount of risk to scale up to the level that it has today, this company, on the other hand, is taking a completely different approach. And there might just be an important reason for that, which revolves around infrastructure. Point being that infrastructure requirements for batteries increase drastically the more cars you have on the road because you simply need more charging stalls and stations for more cars. Whereas for hydrogen or even gasoline, that isn't necessarily the case. One station can service multiple cars per day because of the fast refueling nature, and also the fact that you don't necessarily need to produce a gasoline at the same time as it is being consumed, which is not the case for electricity. For smaller city cars, this might not be a big issue, but for something like pickup trucks like the Toyota Tacoma, or even full-size SUVs and even heavy-duty semi-trucks, this is certainly a pretty important challenge to overcome. People obviously want fast charging speeds, but fast charging speeds result in excessive strain on the grid on a linear scale. Whereas obviously something like that isn't a problem for gasoline because you can fill up a tank in anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. It's also well known that electric vehicles are less efficient on the highway than they are in the city. And so for customers that plan on taking their vehicles on long road trips or going out in the countryside every weekend, electric cars obviously make very little sense. And since Toyota, Mazda, and Subaru have already perfected their internal combustion engine strategies, it makes sense for them to continue down this path and trying to squeeze out as much efficiency as they can until they have developed their battery and motor supply chain to convert fully to battery electric. At a time when inflation is high, consumers are actually moving to hybrids over battery electric sales, as seen by the rocketing sales of the Toyota RAV4 Prime and even the Prius Prime. Hybrids offer the perfect balance between efficiency as well as range for the consumers that care about saving the environment, but also need to have flexibility in refueling, range, and practicality. Toyota's strategy in this case is essentially reinventing the engine to become more of a generator for the electric motor and the battery instead of a supporting and core component. This should certainly help accelerate the appeal of hybrids and electrified powertrains even more than before. As usual, folks, that is just my take on the situation. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and thank you very much for watching. Take care.